G'day everyone. As you can see, I'm at home in Australia and it's Christmas. Well, in fact, it was Christmas. Christmas was last week. First of all, I want to say thank you. And wow, totally blown away by the response to our first video. I expected I knew my mum would watch it and a few friends. I never expected that we would get 11,500 viewers. And we're up to almost 1,000 subscribers. Plus, heaps of comments. So thank you. Wow. You've totally made my week. So now the pressure's on, isn't it? I've got to produce another video that you all want to watch. So hopefully this one will do that for you. This video, we're having a few day sales out of Lymington while we wait for our shipment of goodies to arrive from Australia. And start with a few small boat jobs, really more just checking things out and learning. Osprey is a very complex boat. She's got lots of very complex systems. So hence some of the videoing is not so good because it was more focusing on the job at hand than trying to make it look good. But as the seasons go through, you'll see my videoing hopefully has improved. So I've got Fizzy here today. She's not very well, poor girl. You're going to sit up and say hello. She's had a cough for a few weeks, and I took her to the vet yesterday, and they did some X-rays on her chest, and it appears that she's got some lung disease and her heart is enlarged. So she's on some medication. Hopefully that will make her feel a bit better. But yeah, not quite sure where we're going to go with this at the moment. But she's 13 and a half, so she's still got plenty of life in her. She's still pretty keen, but yeah, she wasn't herself over Christmas. So hopefully this medication will make her feel better. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this video. Put in the comments what you like to see. What do you want to see in upcoming videos? Do you want sailing? Do you want cooking? Me in the galley? I did lots of cooking, but I didn't do a lot of filming. But I can always try and do something. So yeah, let me know what you want to watch, and Happy New Year. Enjoy the video. See ya, Fizz. She's off. Hi, we are Sally and Tony, a couple of middle-aged Aussies who have decided to combine our passions with our work on our 2004 Oyster 56 called Osprey. We intend to sail as many oceans for as long as we're able, and to create a network of friends and crew to join us on board as we sail the world in search of adventure.
That our love is real. Maybe we should hurry up and seal the deal.
Welcome back to the channel. In this video, my dad joins us on board as we sail around the Solent. Along the way, we catch a glimpse of the first yachts to arrive in the Ocean Globe yacht race at Cowes and experience our first windy weather. We also head out on a 10-mile bike ride through the stunning Lymington Nature Reserve, making our way towards Hurst Castle. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and leave us a comment. Share it with your friends, and we'll see you in the next adventure.
And I want to take you there.
Our first adventure out of the marina was just a very gentle one. We took the boat up to Hurst Castle, out towards the Needles, which in itself is often one of those places that people are often very wary of because of the strong tides and the winds, but we picked a really easy day, and we had a very gentle beat out towards Hurst Castle with the tide underneath us, and then when we got out there we turned around and we had a lovely sail back, and 4 knots under the tide underneath us, so it's not a place that you want to mess around. And for our first sail we only had 10 to 15 knots of breeze, and so it was actually really rather pleasant. How's the day been so far, Dad?
Lovely. It's fun.
You enjoying it? Fun to be back on the water. Bit of lunch.
That flag's not flying.
In one of the most amazing coincidences in life, at the age of 20, I found myself in a position to buy my first yacht. And I ended up buying a rival 38 chord EOS that was over in Belfast. So Dad decided he wanted to come and have a look and see what we were up to. So he flew over with us and we ended up purchasing that boat. He subsequently then crossed the Atlantic with us, and later on the following year, both Mum and Dad flew out to the Philippines and joined us on board. When the opportunity came to come and check out Osprey, you couldn't hold him back. And so he came and viewed the boat with us, and subsequently we bought Osprey. So obviously Dad's the lucky charm here. And on my birthday he came down for the weekend and I'd bought myself a bike, and he was just itching to have a go. And this is a little electric folding bike. So off he goes around the car park, comes back.
Yeah, pretty good.
And then he heads off into town for about 2 hours. And he put more miles on my bike in the first day than I got an opportunity to. But that's my dad. If there's ever an opportunity to get out there and have some fun, he's up for it. He's certainly not bad for 85, or almost 85, sorry, Dad. And yeah, he's definitely very active and very able on board a boat still. And it was just lovely to spend those few days with him in Lymington, sailing the boat. Unfortunately, Mum wasn't well that weekend, so she didn't come, but she did get an opportunity later on. We also had a visit over the weekend of my birthday from Tony's mum and family as well, which was lovely. And we took the opportunity to put the little people up the mast. Somewhere around lunchtime, somebody's booted the hydraulic switch, which is in the cockpit, and the backstay's come off. Didn't know this when we went climbing up the mast. If you look at the sag on the forestay, you'll realise that's not camera angle, that is actually no backstay. Thankfully we noticed it before we went sailing, and then we just had to work out how to put it back on again. It's a learning curve on this boat, that's for sure. Keep going, Dad.
Still going up.
It's getting tight. What's it tight on?
Downboard jams.
We have this silly rope called a downhaul that always gets jammed, and it's either jammed on or jammed off, and then there's a jammer on the mast that's often clipped as well, so a few things that we've got to tidy up there to make that process a bit smoother. Anyway, so we get the main up and head on over and have a nice little sail over, and then we come into Cowes and tie up along the jetty and head on in to try and find some fish and chips or something for lunch. And they want to charge us £40 for 4 hours. That's about $80 in Australian money. And I just looked at them and said, "You're kidding, aren't you? Seriously, £40 to tie up alongside the jetty for 4 hours?" Bearing in mind it had already taken us half an hour to get tied up and walk up to the office to find this out. So I decided that we wouldn't do that. We would take a slow walk back and have a quick snack lunch on board and then sail home.
Taking my video.
That's it.
Oh, nice.
What do you think of it so far, Dad?
Don't put me on Facebook, please.
All right, I won't put you on Facebook. I might put you on YouTube though.
No.
Huh? As we motored out of Cowes, we passed an unforgettable sight. Pendwick 6 and another yacht were tied up alongside the jetty. They'd just completed the Ocean Globe yacht race, a journey that honours the memory of the legendary Whitbread round the world race. The Whitbread was a race like no other, a true test of endurance, skill and teamwork on the open ocean. Back in 1977, it inspired generations of sailors, including me. I read Claire France's book Come Wind or Weather multiple times through my childhood and growing up, and a story that really lit a spark in me, showing that the sea is for anyone bold enough to embrace its challenges. The Ocean Globe race carries forward that spirit, and seeing Pendwick 6 tied up alongside excited me and reminded me of where my journey started. I would have loved to have seen AccuTrack as well, which was the Swan 65 that Claire Francis sailed. That was in this race, but unfortunately it was still a few days out at sea and didn't come in. So would have loved to have seen that boat. But what an amazing sight to see these yachts tied up alongside. So as we headed back down the Solent to Lymington from Cowes, the weather had changed and we were facing a fairly stiff 15 to 20 knot breeze on the nose. Dad wanted to try and keep his hearing aids dry, so he sat huddled under the spray hood, and Tony was studying his eyeballs. So that left me to stand behind the wheel and keep a lookout and get us back safely. It was a very uneventful journey, but we ended up having a lovely dinner in Lymington that night, so a great end to a great day.
2 a.m. in the car playing our favorite song.
Alright, here we go.
Turn it up, windows down.
Thank you.
We sing along. Summer night has just begun.
Oh, that's the gate, it's the ducks. Geese mate. I love the gate making a noise. Geese. Yeah, geese. Geese. There we go. Forgotten all these birds. Oh, whoops. Very right. What do you do? You just pull this lever.
Let's go.
Like me. You in? Are you there? Oh, come on. Alright, let's get going. Just follow the path again. Who knows? Here we go. Whee! Electric bike all the way.
And yeah, we're crazy, deep in love. Oh, this is everything. With you right next to me, so alive. And tonight I'm thinking that I don't wanna go. This is everything, with you right next to me, so alive. And tonight I'm thinking that I don't wanna go. This is everything.
Gosh, there's actually seaweed up here. I presume it must wash over. Gosh, the wheel. Afternoon. It's a beautiful. We go up this track here, so I guess the closer we get to Hurst Castle, the more we'll see of it. See how wild it can get about here. Tonic in the cockpit, you know, it's that time of the day, sunny afternoon, It's now starting to rain. Typical England. Here we go. Oh, look. Here's Osprey. Tony's just at the back there putting the bike away because we've been out on the bikes. We fold it all up, put it in its bag, and down into its hole. So we'd been on board about a week now, and boat jobs were starting to be created, which included removing an old phone, which no longer worked. Of course, there's always that moment where you need to cut the wire, and there's no going back. Chasing the wire, of course, meant exposing the spaces behind the panels, which is relatively easy as it's all velcroed in place. However, as usual, the boat always ends up in a mess. Everything went fine, and the boat was put back together. However, the next morning, we woke up to 6% battery, which basically meant our whole battery bank was dead. Exposing the batteries. There's a little bit of moisture on that bit, on those batteries. Yeah. I don't think that was there before.
Last night, right up to 4 or 5 bars. Yeah. And all hard to pick up. Now, we took that panel off to do something else yesterday. That's
So start batteries 25.6 volts, which is good. Good. The battery status is only 6%, which is why that's fresh. Voltage is good. So what that's telling me is that this thinks that your batteries are inaccurate. That's what I think.
So what's that little machine that you've got there?
This tests the battery, and it does a full-on electronic test of the battery.
Oh, right, yeah.
It tests everything, not just the volts.
Yeah.
It'll tell you what capacity is, what the resistance inside is, and from all the information that this thing tests, it can tell you what cranking capacity and the percentage of the battery is.
Oh, right, yeah.
So this battery here, meter up there saying you've got 6% left.
Yes.
This tester says you've got 94% left.
Oh.
Which is more like it.
So that's just reading wrongly because...
So yeah, that's just got Snickers in a twist.
It's had that orange light on there all the time.
That's all right, we can fill those up.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
Something we should learn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is best done with the charger off.
Right, yeah.
Okay. Ideally done with the load off as well, but you don't have to.
Okay.
The reason you do it with the charger off is then you don't get, you're not sitting here inhaling chlorine gas.
Yeah.
When you're doing it.
So we still don't know what would have caused that master bolt to suddenly change its capacity reading.
May have dislodged it or accidentally pressed a button on it yesterday when you had the panel open.
Right, okay.
You know, or it may have just not been set right.
That's that.
It'll be that.
You've got where the spare on them.
That was the spare.
That was the spare.
Little nuts on the top, the whole battery thing all loose as well. So.
The what?
Yeah.
To hold the battery cover.
Oh, to hold the battery cover down, yeah, but that's another thing.
And get that back.
Oh, here we go. Down into the bilge. Well, you don't want them floating around.
No,
Look at that. Success.
Done that a few times before. Drop a screwdriver down there and you're like, not even that down there.
The classic is my glasses. You go, oh,
Yeah, I
yes,
know.
there they go.
Yeah.
That's it. I
Get
have to
some
keep
with
taking mine off.
something around the back.
Good. Well, that's a great relief that the batteries are not...
I'll leave that there.
yeah,
Don't
I'll
fall
pick
down
that up
again.
afterwards.
Yeah, save them.
The batteries are not reactors.
I would be up waiting
You find there, Tony, put that one on. Will it fit or not? It does. Really? Goodness me. Wow, you are cool. That's why they pay you the big bucks.
Not anymore.
No, not anymore. Oh dear, it's going to be interesting, won't it? But which reminds me, I've got
Well,
to
it's
pay
good
that
for you,
move.
Sally, because then when you say he's a kick man,
Well, it's
you will
true.
understand.
No, you've always been a kept man.
Not a bit of squeeze.
I think I say, if you keep squirting like that, you'll be out of another job soon.
No, this properly definitely.
Not working. No, needs some air to get into it, I guess.
No, it's not the air, it's just it's too thin.
It's the angle of the dangle, Tony.
Come through all that.
You got to maybe turn it sideways rather than have it the other way.
More parts, but
It's just painfully slowly, you know. I'm itching to get in there because I'd get this done in 30 seconds.
I'll record you then, Sally, because you'll want
What's
this on film that you're doing.
I don't.
Doing the back face.
I just want to see how it's done because we're going to have to do it again one day, I'm sure.
I really
Did you actually turn it off?
been off. Not recording.
Looking in your eyes.